and welcome back to the CIA. I'm Agent A, Director of the Junior Agents Division. You've been tasked with tracking down the most dangerous criminals in the world and bringing them to justice. This month, I hope you aren't afraid of heights. Tip Dover is a master climber who regularly works as a criminal for hire. His specialty? Scaling and breaking into top-secret government buildings. We need you to find him and lock him up before he can compromise national security. Be sure to learn everything you can in order to determine his location. For this case, we're sending you to Nepal.
माझे दाइले जालै हानो माछी पर्यो जालैमा माझे दाइले जालै हानो माछी पर्यो जालैमा।
Nepal lies between China and India in South Asia. The country is slightly larger than the state of Arkansas. Nepal has the greatest altitude change of any location on Earth. The lowlands are at sea level, and the mountains of the Himalaya are the tallest in the world. Mount Everest rises over 29,000 feet and is the world's highest peak. 8 of the world's 10 highest mountains are in Nepal. The Himalaya formed 10 to 15 million years ago when India collided with the continent of Asia and pushed the land into high mountains. The Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, was born in 563 BC in Lumbini, a town near the border with India. For most of its history, Nepal consisted of several small kingdoms. They united to form the Kingdom of Nepal in 1768 under a central Shah king. It remained this way for almost 250 years. In the 1800s, Nepal was a powerful country in South Asia and was one of a very few never colonized by any foreign country. The British controlled India at the time and forced Nepal to sign treaties in 1816 giving land to Britain. The Nepalese signed the treaty, but they closed their borders to foreigners until 1951. In June 2008, Nepal ended its monarchy. At that time, the king, who had come to power in 2001, stepped down from the throne. Nepal's parliament chose its first president soon after. Most people practice Hinduism, but some people practice both Hinduism and Buddhism. The caste system has been outlawed by the government, but it still makes up the social structure of everyday lives. Nepalese are from 4 main groups: the Hindu caste, the Boats, the hill tribes, and the Nuer. The Hindus originally came from India and continue to follow the caste system. Hill people include the Sherpas and other tribes. Sherpas are born up in the mountains at elevations above 12,000 feet and are known for their ability to guide tourists in high-altitude climbs. Most Nepalese live in the central hilly region, which embraces the Kathmandu Valley, and in the southern plain known as the Terai. The Ganges River floods this area and makes the land very fertile for growing crops. About 10% live in the mountains over 10,000 feet and are traders, farmers, and herders. At over 29,000 feet, Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. Mount Everest is located in the Himalayan mountain range on the border of Nepal and China. In 1865, the Royal Geographical Society gave Mount Everest its English name in honor of George Everest, the British Surveyor General of India. The Nepali name for the mountain, Sagamatha, means forehead of the sky. In 1953, the first successful ascent to the summit of Mount Everest was achieved by New Zealander Edmund Hillary and Nepali Sherpa Tenzing Norgay. On the way up the mountain, climbers passed through a south base camp and a north base camp. Supplies are taken to these base camps, and climbers will often stay there while getting used to the high altitude and lower levels of oxygen.
And here's the junkies camp at Everest Base Camp. There's our sleeping tents down there. Big kitchen tent, storage tent, dining tent, comms tent and another storage tent, and behind you can see various other sleeping tents. That's for our Sherpa crew. We're at the lower end of base camp. Khumbu Icefall goes up there between the west shoulder and Nuptse up there, and I'm just going to go for a little acclimatisation walk.
Altitudes above 26,000 feet are often referred to as the death zone, a height with very little oxygen where humans struggle to survive. Since the first successful ascent in 1953, thousands have climbed to the summit of Mount Everest, but hundreds have also died while attempting to do so. Dangers that await climbers on Mount Everest include high winds, bad weather, and altitude sickness. In recent years, the number of climbers attempting to reach the summit of Mount Everest has increased dramatically, causing concerns for both safety and the state of the mountain as climbers routinely leave litter, gear, and other debris behind. Unlike the Gregorian calendar used in the West, the Nepalese calendar, or Bikram Sambat, includes both elements of the lunar and solar calendar. This means that the first day of the year changes every year, but usually starts in the first days of April. While American calendars have 365 days, the Nepalese calendar only has 354 days in a year. This causes them to skip a Western month every 3 years. Today, most of the world says that the year is 2021, but in Nepal it's actually 2078. The Yeti, or abominable snowman, is said to live in the mountains of Nepal. No conclusive evidence has been documented as to whether the Yeti actually exists, but several explorers claim to have seen Yeti footprints. Although people in some monasteries used to say they have remains belonging to this beast, for many scientists these samples are not reliable, so the only accounts are stories, which describe it as a giant bipedal ape that is believed to be located in the Himalayan wooded areas.
All right, junior agents, have you retained enough information to track down Tip Dover? We've intercepted a coded message sent to his cohorts. He writes that he is headed to the top of the world. Do you know where Tip is? Can you track him down and bring him to justice? And where will we sit? What's going? What do you mean he's here? Listen very closely, junior agents. This is very important. I need you to...